Hi there. So to add on to the last video that I had, I'm going to go a little bit further into how you can start exercising by yourself at home. So there's a couple things we'll go over right at the beginning here. First of all, we have what's called a Borg scale. This is the scale that I want you to use when you are exercising. There are different types of Borg scales. So if you Google it, you're going to get several different kinds. But what you want is the Borg 0 to 10. I have it written out here, but it's always good for you to have for yourself too. So that way, if you do look it up, 0 to 10. Now, 0 is rest, while 10 is maximum. You can't do anything any further. You're about to just fall out, okay? Where I want you is between a 3 and a 4, which is moderate to sort of hard. So, how you'll gauge this is while you're exercising, you will think to yourself, is this easy? Is this sort of hard? Is this hard or really hard? Okay, it's the easiest way to think about it. If it's easy, then what you need to do is either increase the weight that you're using, increase how quickly you're doing something, or increase the duration in which you do it. If you're exercising and it's hard, or even worse, really hard, you need to do the opposite. You either need to decrease the amount of weight that you're using, stop what you're doing, catch your breath, do some breathing exercises, or just simply slow down, focus on your breathing till you get to the 3 or the 4. So, the other thing that is good to have, if you have a pulse oximeter at home, that's great. You always want to make sure that your oxygen level is 90% or above. That is super important. If you exercise and your oxygen level is below 90%, you are doing your body way more harm than you are good. You cannot build muscle that way, and you're not getting the oxygen that you need through to all of your organs and your tissues, your brain. So you just don't want to do it, okay? 90% or above is what you want. So there are a couple different ways that you can start off, but I know I told you in another video, you always want to start off with just breathing exercises. The reason is because you're going to be utilizing those breathing exercises when you start exercising. So you want to do breathing exercises, then maybe go to yoga, tai chi, something really easy. Then go to chair exercises until you feel confident enough to stand up and exercise. When you're starting chair exercises, I always recommend you start off with no weights at all, just so you can gauge where you need to start off, okay? And then that's when you use the scale. So if you start off no weights at all and it's really easy, increase the weights or add weights. I'm going to demonstrate for you. Now, I didn't have dumbbells that are 1 pound, so I was going to show you. You could either use a 16-ounce bottle of water or a 16-ounce can. Both of these are 1 pound each, so most people have at least one of these at their house that they can use. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of exercises that you can do at home anytime, okay? So you'll start off with your arms down, your feet flat on the floor. You want to inhale while your muscles are relaxed. And then exhale, you're going to pull up with your arms and you're going to point your toes so your heels are up. And then back down. Exhale up, back down. So you're working several different muscle groups here. Okay, good. Now, another good one, and you can add the weights to your legs here if you want to, is you're just going to step while you're seated. So you just step up and down. And you can add resistance to this by just adding the weight that is on you. This one is a really good one. And then another really easy one that you can do is put your palms facing your body. And then when you exhale, your toes come up and then your arms come up halfway and back down. Exhale and exhale. So you always want to exhale on the hard part of the exercise. That's because when you inhale, you are getting the oxygen into your body, and then exhale during the hard part means you're going to be exhaling during a passive part of, or you're going to be doing the hard part during a passive part of the gas exchange. So you inhale everything, the oxygen gets to your organs, your tissues, and then you're going to exhale while you do the hard part. It's just going to be easier on your body that way, and it is a very efficient way to breathe while you work out. So it's always important that you check with your doctor or medical care provider before you start any exercise routine. But it's also very, very important if you have COPD or other lung disease that you do start exercising. It's going to give you a much better quality of life, and your day to day activities will be so much easier.